Welcome to the Salem TV News Break.
Welcome, Marie Sanders.
Pastor Bright.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, another beautiful day here in Orange, Texas.
Yes, it's absolutely beautiful out here today.
Absolutely. Have you gotten your vaccination yet?
I have not. Have you?
Not yet, but everyone at my mom's home has. I'm going to get on the list as soon as I can, and I ask you to do the very same. Because, as soon as everybody gets vaccinated, the sooner we can get back in this beautiful building behind me.
Exactly. Here's a package just for you.
Check it out.
The challenges of the past year have been greater than you may realize. Changing to virtual worship services greatly increased the number of hours that our pastor had to work in order to produce the same Sunday morning worship experience every Sunday. Instead of coordinating everything to happen at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning, music, liturgy, and preaching had to be coordinated to meet during the week.
It usually takes 3 to 4 hours to write a sermon and 20 minutes or so to preach it. Now it still takes that long, but it takes another 3 hours to edit the worship service together and nearly an hour to upload and post the service to YouTube and Facebook. Recording the music and liturgist for the worship service are done monthly, but the recording sessions can be grueling and last for hours at a time. To make matters more difficult, the church has been under some sort of construction for the past 3 months.
Regardless, we have not missed a worship service during the entire year of quarantine. Thanks to Minister of Music, Marcus Quillian, Salem's lay servants, and the workers in the church office, Salem has enjoyed the highest quality of virtual worship service of any other church in the city. Worship services premiere every Sunday morning at 7:45 a.m. and can be viewed at your convenience thereafter. Viewership numbers prove that our worship services have become an important part of the spiritual life of people beyond our congregation, especially if they are not able to enjoy such a service from their home church. So again, thank you for sharing the link to our worship services, subscribing to the Salem TV YouTube channel, and setting the notifications bell so that you never missed a broadcast. Now for this week's announcements. The quarterly church council meeting will be held on Sunday, March 21st at 1 o'clock p.m. via Zoom. All committee leaders, please send your recommendations to Sister Alice Norwood so an agenda can be created for the meeting. Please join us for Sunday school every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock a.m. on Zoom. And our weekly Bible study on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock p.m. also on Zoom. Our viewers for last Sunday was 34, and our offering was $4,714. Thank each of you for your continued support of Salem United Methodist Church.
Hi, I'm Bijou Bright.
And I'm Bella Bright.
And this is the lifestyle segment. Yay! So, as you guys probably already know, we are coming up on a year of quarantine.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, this time last year, Bella and I were on a spring break that we did not know would never end.
Crazy times.
Really. So we've been online learning for a year.
Yeah.
A whole year, excluding, summer and winter break.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to share with you what that was like.
Let's take a look. Hey guys, so we're gonna talk a little bit about how we feel about online school.
Just our experience in general.
Yeah.
So first we're gonna start out with the pros, the good things about being in online school.
Of course.
I enjoy being able to go to school in my PJs,
Honestly, best thing about it, I can't imagine now actually having to wake up and put on clothes in the morning. So that's gonna be the hardest transition whenever we go back to school. It's just...
It's very, like, it's nice not to have to get everything done by, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Going to school in your PJs is fun. So that's a pro.
Definitely.
Another thing is that when you wake up, you don't have to cram in getting ready for school and everything. So you can just, like...
Yeah, you can kind of do both at once.
You can also, like, eat breakfast during class or lunch during class.
Yeah, you can make a whole meal during class.
Mm-hmm.
Like it...
You can listen to your lesson while you eat, and it's really nice,
Total freedom.
Something I really enjoy. Now, you can also, what you can't do is that you can't be late.
Yeah. You can't be counted tardy and then it counts against you and stuff.
You can't, if you oversleep, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to be counted tardy. So if you oversleep or something like that, or you're not ready or something.
Wait.
Another great thing is that you can't be late.
Yes.
It's really great that if, you overslept or something, you don't have to... It's not the end of the world,
Yeah, I remember sometimes I may, like, oversleep or it would take too long for me to get out to the bus and I would miss it. And then, like, I would have to deal with, like, the whole ride there. My parents being like, you have to be more responsible. And then that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Which is fun. So, another great thing is that you don't have to ask to go to the bathroom, or if you can go get a drink of water, you can just do that. So
it makes me feel grown up.
Yeah, you don't have to ask for any of that. You can just do it according to when you want to. And my personal favorite thing about online school is that we get out earlier. Our lessons, like on a day where I have a lot to do, I'll get out at like 2 p.m. So I don't have to go through the hassle of going on the bus and going home. Whenever you condense all the filler stuff in school, like breaks in hallways, lunch, and all that.
And then especially all the extra time that it takes to settle down the class, like in the beginning and end of class. It's basically
when it's like pure schoolwork, it only takes a couple of hours.
Yeah, so much shorter.
Mm-hmm. That's something that I really like about it.
Now, the cons list, which... I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's something we want to improve on. Mm-hmm. I haven't really got to connect with my class this year.
Mm-hmm. In case you guys didn't know, we lived in Seabrook for the past 3 years, so we're new to this district. And now that we're here, we don't know anyone from this district. Yeah. So I know some of the girls from the church who are super cool and awesome, but I don't know anyone in my class.
We don't have a friend group. We don't have I
haven't had the opportunity to connect with anyone in our class. We don't Zoom that often, so I don't really know.
All our social interaction is in this house. It's us, our dad, and our dog, and that's it.
And I enjoy talking to them, but it's cool to talk to other people every now and then.
There's a reason why there's 7 billion people on this earth.
Yeah. It's good to talk to other people every now and then, so that's something I don't like.
Another thing is it's extremely hard to learn through a screen. Like if there's not someone, like a physical human being teaching you, it's extremely hard for me.
Yeah. I know some people can do really well, you know, and online learning, but for me, it's not being able to talk with a teacher. Another con about online school is that I find it a little bit hard to learn through a screen.
Yeah, I have to be taught. Even when we used to be in school, if I would miss a day or I'd be sick for a while and I would miss a little small unit, I could not learn by the teacher giving me notes. I would have to have them actually teach it to me. So you can imagine how doing this for a whole year is really hard.
It's harder to retain information because you have to learn certain concepts that you would be learning for a week in class, you're learning for a day or two. So it's just harder to retain information that way. I just feel like we're learning different amounts of information than we would be if we were in school. So retaining information and learning things, it's just harder for me through a screen.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing about online school.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that really sucks is asking for help from teachers. It's like you can email them, but it may take a few hours and then for them to reply, and then it takes a few hours for you to actually see it, and you end up like taking days to figure something else out that could probably just take 20 minutes, like instead of like a lunch break, you know?
Like whenever you're in school, like if I had a question about something after class, I could go up to a teacher and I could ask them a question or something. But in online school, I have to message them. And again, teachers are going through...
Oh yeah, they're doing a whole lot
They're
of
doing
work.
a lot right now. They're doing fantastic.
So well. It's just...
It would be way easier if we were in person to sort all of that out. Like if I needed help or anything.
Like it's not anyone's fault. It's just, it's hard for all of us. Yeah.
And lastly, it's hard to keep a schedule. It's hard to keep a sleep schedule. It's hard to keep an eating schedule. The days, they lack structure. You know, you don't have a set time that you have to do anything. So it's really easy for you not to be on top of things.
Yeah. I do this thing where someday I'll be like, I know it. I feel it already. Tomorrow I'm not going to feel like doing a lot of work. So I do a little bit extra so the next day I don't have to do as much. And then since I didn't do a lot yesterday, I don't feel like doing a lot today because I didn't do a lot. And then I get a little bit behind and then I have to do extra. And then I do extra and I don't have to do a lot. And it's just a cycle of no structure.
Yeah, it's really hard. And, you know, during the school year, you're like, oh, I don't like waking up at this time. I don't like being told when to do things. But
it really does help.
Yeah, it kind of does. You know, I would never said this time last year. But it's good to have a bit of order in the way that you do things so you don't get too far off track. So that was just, you know, our personal experience. Some of you may have different. But for those of you that have been in person or if you're not in school anymore, this is just how we feel about online school.
Just our opinion. I never thought I would ever be at the point where I wasn't envious of online school kids. Because I used to have friends that dropped out of like real school and did at home, and I was like, I'm so jealous. I wish I could do that. No longer jealous.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I guess what we really learned is be grateful that you have when you have it.
Yeah, the grass is always greener. So
I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next week.
See you later.